playing Rocket League Sideswipe in training till I hit like a air dribble, goal flip or whatever, like flip. And free time. I kind of want to do.
Did you feel that victory was inevitable, or were you concerned that you could come here and it might not
feel
work?
that for this thing.
No, for some reason, I guess it was a useful
Yeah, it's not for this. We
optimism
need a different one.
that we didn't come here to lose, we came here to win.
Happy birthday, happy 100th to our friend Bud Cass. You can hear more from him and other World War II heroes who I spoke with in Normandy and the Fox Nation special, The Final Journey. This is part 3, the 80th anniversary of D-Day, premiering this Friday, June 28th. And also check out my podcast with Michael Pillsbury on the threat that we face from China. Very interesting, longer conversation than what we were just able to have you hear now. So please check that out as well, wherever you listen to your podcast. So that's the story on this Tuesday, June 25th. The story goes on. We will see you back here tomorrow. Have a great afternoon. Your world starts right now.
The way the country's being run right now, with everything we're going through.
You know what, I'm gonna just air dribble.
As the Democratic Party, I feel like if someone younger and more fit could come into service, I feel like that would be a huge step in the right direction.
We all get older. We're not getting any younger.
Candidates have made gas. I mean, even candidates that aren't getting that kind of flag have made gas.
2 days ago to the CNN presidential debate, and Americans are still divided as
That
ever.
would hit
Will
the
the debate
video.
change all that? Welcome everyone. I'm Charles Payne here from Neil Cavuto, and this is your world. To Jackie Henwick with more on how both sides are preparing. Jackie.
Well, Charles, the former president reportedly told reporters over this weekend that he had settled on a VP pick, but he didn't give anyone a name.
Please.
The Hill reports
That
it
would
down
end
to
the
3
video.
contenders: North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, and Florida Senator Marco Rubio. But the Trump campaign downplayed the suggestion that anyone other than Trump knows who he has in mind. The beefsteaks, though, are heating up, and Vice President Kamala Harris, meantime, is traversing the West Coast for a number of political events, and she's trying to draw the discussion back to policy.
This is a healthcare crisis, and we all know who was to blame. Donald Trump. And
Sorry
how
about
do we
the
know?
news in the background.
Donald Trump handpicked 3 members of the United States Supreme Court because he intended
Sorry
them
about
to
the news in the
overturn
background. I
Roe v.
don't know if
Wade.
y'all heard me.
The Biden campaign has said the president will aim to put Trump on his heels for his, quote, attacks on democracy. But former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton expects that Trump will zero in on voters' unhappiness about the economy, writing in the New York Times, quote, expect Trump to blame Mr. Biden for inflation, but avoid answering questions about his own economic plans. He has to deflect or lie because his proposals would exacerbate inflation, raise costs for American households, and cause a recession. That's not my prediction. It's from Wall Street's Moody's Analytics. But it seems the Biden campaign is embracing a strategy that focuses less on refuting Trump's claims than on his character.
Trump loves to attack Joe Biden. Joe Biden. Because he's focused on revenge, and he has no plans to help the middle class. He'd just give more tax cuts to the wealthy.
Republicans are painting that as evidence of Biden's vulnerability.
It doesn't surprise me that Biden's changing strategy because Bidenomics has clearly been a disaster, so he's going to try to shift his message, and I think the contrast is going to be clear.
We know relatively little about how the president has spent his last 5 days at review preparing for this debate at Camp David, but we have seen reports today that mock debates have formally begun now, Charles.
Jackie, thank you very, very much. And meanwhile, folks, with polls showing President Biden and Donald Trump virtually neck and neck, can we expect a breakout moment when the two face off on Thursday evening? With me now, the Washington Examiner's Canelo Desher, along with Democratic strategist Kelly Hyman. Kelly, let me start with you. What do you think? What does President Biden have to do to move the needle?
To talk to the American people, that is definitely going to be key. This is
don't know
about
if you
democracy,
can
and this is a very, very important election. And it's also about freedom, reproductive freedom. As a woman, reproductive freedom is very important. It's a right of ours, and it's something that's definitely going to be very important in this election. Also talking about the economy as well, and about issues that are affecting the American people, and then talking about Trump's record. I think that's really important to look at what life was like under Trump when we had the pandemic, and what is Trump said about women. We cannot forget the fact that Trump said on a video recording that he's a celebrity and he can grab women by you-know-what. We're talking about the KKK and saying that there are good people on both sides. It's important for the American people to know that, but ultimately it's going to be up to them.
Let me bring Tiana in. Listen, honestly, I mean, I've looked at polls and I haven't seen some of those topics ranking very high. And just for the record, I never heard President Trump call the KKK good people. But Tiana, what do you think Trump has to do to move the needle in this direction?
No, I mean, if you look at abortion and democracy, each of those issues, only 4% of voters polled by Gallup say that's the most important issue facing the country. It's all about the economy, stupid, inflation in particular, and also immigration and crime. Those are the big issues. Trump needs to keep this debate about Joe Biden's America, right? You know that both the Biden campaign and CNN are going to want to make this about President Trump's personal foibles. They're going to want to goad him into relitigating 2020 or talk about audio tapes unearthed in 2015. Don't make it about that. Make it about right now. Make it about the 19% increase in prices under Joe Biden. Make it about the millions that have flooded through the southern border. Make it about the fact that you can't get a mortgage for under 7% today, when under the Trump administration you could get one for under 3%. That's what's really going to matter. And look, you want to bring up the very fine people on both sides issue, which PolitiFact has finally conceded was a lie. There's a new Charlottesville about every weekend under Joe Biden's presidency. Look at my hometown of Los Angeles, where you had a pro-Palestinian mob, ostensibly to protest Israel, but really just to try and terrorize Jews, protest in front of a synagogue in Pico Robertson. And where's Joe Biden about any of that? It's a vacuum of leadership.
I want you to take a look at this. It's a headline from The Hill, and it says 3 Republicans are Trump's most likely VP picks. They include North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, and Florida Senator Marco Rubio. Tiana, what is it about these 3? What do they bring to the table that's elevating them to the top of the list?
We know that Trump loves, ready for a primetime central casting. All these men have it, right? Marco Rubio, incredible orator. Same thing with J.D. Vance, great personal story. And Doug Burgum, billionaire in his own right, very successful businessman. Look, they don't necessarily shore up any significant electoral base. Not that it is clear in the map right now that Trump really needs it, right? He's ahead in every single swing state except for Wisconsin and Michigan, where he's virtually tied, which is very different from previous elections, where he was behind in all these swing states until he maybe won them. So he's not too concerned about that. But really what Trump wants, he doesn't want a repeat of Mike Pence. He doesn't want to feel undermined. Is it the smart, is it the advice he does? I don't know, but they are people that on the campaign are over a decent amount of charisma, a decent amount of ability to fundraise. He still does need to shore up that especially suburban women on the margins, and he could do much better with minorities than he did in previous years.
Right. Hopefully, for his sake, we'll see these things out. Meanwhile, the Biden campaign now wrapping up their ad spending at this week's face-off.